Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your old pal Lefty Beetle here, deciding to do a stream today. Got something, hopefully we can pull this off. Well, I drove up to a National Wildlife Refuge, and we're gonna go try to look at some bald eagles today. Hopefully we can see them through the phone and through the bird cam. So let's see. Welcome, National Wildlife, your National Wildlife Refuge system. Willkommen to your National Wildlife Refuge system. I'm your host, Werner Herzog, and we are in the National Wildlife Refuge system. There are lots of death row inmates here at the National... No, wait a minute. No, this is not Werner Herzog. It's your old pal. Hi. Hello, yeah. Peace and love to all. All right. Yeah, tell your friends. How does the screen look? Are we sideways? Are we upside down? We have no idea. We have no idea what it would even be. So yeah. So let's see. People want to know, like, what's going on here. We're gonna look for some bald eagles today, and pretty much guarantee 100% certainty of finding bald eagles today. In portrait mode, what does that mean? Hey, Figboot Jr. Stacy, what portrait mode? Yeah, it's in portrait mode. I got my phone upright. I gotta have it upright because I got my little scope attached to the camera. So hopefully we can zoom in on some bald eagles today. So tell your friends, Lefty Beetle's out in the National Wildlife Refuge. We're going to go find some bald eagles and tell you guys all about bald eagles. Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to say. Okay, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is day. We're going to get out in the wildlife refuge here. We're going to try not to have the shakes too badly, but Jojo Strums. All right, Lefty. Yeah, hey, yeah. We're live. And guess where we are today? National. Oh, what's that word? Wildlife. What's the next word? Refuge system. Welcome to your National Wildlife Refuge system. Yeah, so all right, tell your friends. We're going to be doing some we're going to stay on for probably, as long as we can. I'm using Prism today, so it'll probably conk out at some point. If I can get back on, I will. But otherwise, all right, let's enter this National Wildlife Refuge system here. Wait a minute. Gotta watch out for snakes today. It's a snake Xing. Share the road. Dragon model. Shout out to Sad and Jojo. Doing it right. All right, we're going to enter the National Wildlife Refuge system. I'm up here in the northern part of Missouri. I'm a couple hours from home. My seatbelt's going to beep at me here. I'm in let's see, we're in an here in this refuge are just off the charts. off the charts here. So I am 100% guaranteeing bald eagles on the stream today. And unless the stream scuffs before I get one. But no, we're going to get them. So we're entering a National Wildlife Refuge here. Let's see. I'm just going to pull in here, and we're going to take it one bird at a time here, ladies. One bird at a time, one eagle at a time. So last week, the eagle count up here was 833. This is a 1,300 acre protected wetland, and the eagle population is quite healthy up here right now. It's really quite impressive. Where's this one going? There's a few in the distance. We're going to see them. We're going to get them. We're going to get them. If that one lands, it's game on. Ooh, there's some swans. All right. Cool. I'm gonna stop here for a minute. Oh goodness. There we go. Oh yeah, we got a lander. So we're gonna move on down the road. Hang on. We're gonna follow the eagles. Follow the eagle chatter here. There comes another one. All right. So we're gonna park where I saw one land on the ice here. So I'll show you how it's gonna work here in just a second. We've got a frozen over wetland with some remaining ducks and geese. There's still quite a few mallards and stuff out here, but mostly the swans and everything that I'm used to seeing out here, and the snow geese, they're long gone. These guys don't want me to film them. All right. Oh yeah, baby. All right, we're gonna get out here. We're gonna get out. We're gonna see an eagle. It's your old pal Lefty here. I'm gonna check chat here for a second. All right, patriotic chickens. That's right. We got our bird. Try to get them on. Okay, so they're out on the ice here. There's our first two. There's a mature bird on the right with the piebalding on the head, and then a younger one that hasn't quite filled in yet. There we go. I'm going to get the bird cam out, get some photos here too. Bald eagles, ladies and gentlemen. There's hundreds of them up here in the National Wildlife Refuge. I'm Lefty Beetle. Welcome to my stream. And shout out to the Toronto Maple Leafs, even though the Leafs lost last night to Arizona. That kind of sucked. But otherwise, here, let me grab bird cam, and I want to get that eagle that's out there on the ice, and I'll tell you about it as we go. All right, we've got bird cam in effect here. Yeah, guys, thanks for being here, Dragon and Stacy and JoJo, Saz in here. Right on. Hey, we got a nice little group here. Bird cam, yeah, remember the bird cam. So on the last couple of trips that I've done gigs, I forgot to take the bird cam, and then there's like wildlife refuges with like all kinds of stuff going on, and I neglected to do that right. But all right, we're out here. We are. I'm guaranteeing bald eagles. You won't be able to see this too much. I'm guaranteeing bald eagles today, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of them. So this place is called Lost Bluffs, L-O-E-S-S, Bluffs, up here in the northwest corner of Missouri. And this is a National Wildlife Refuge. And at last count, which was last week, the bald eagle count up here on 1,300 acres was 833 bald eagles. Now, why are there so many? Let's talk about it. So they follow the wild geese and ducks and swan populations that come down from way up north. And so those big waterfowl flocks have migrated through here from like way up in the Arctic. So they've come down through the Midwest on their way to probably down closer to the Gulf Coast. Well, not even the Gulf Coast, just anywhere where there's open water and food. So they'd be in the southern part of the Midwest and then further south. So the eagles follow those populations. And yes, they hunt, certainly would hunt them, but they're also just here cleaning up the attrition. Anytime so the snow geese population around between Thanksgiving and Christmas was in the several hundred thousand. So there might have been upwards almost 400,000 snow geese up here in this one wetland around Thanksgiving, and it was a record. And so with a flock like that, you're going to have attrition, you're going to have natural deaths, you're going to have accidental deaths, you're going to have whatever, just in that giant flock of birds. So the eagles, they don't even have to hunt, they can just scavenge. And so they come in droves, dozens and dozens and dozens of eagles come in. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at today. I see a big flock of geese. And oh, you can hear them and everything. Check it out. I'm gonna try to get them here. So I have my scope on the phone here. That's why I'm in portrait. So let's look at our eagle. Where was our eagle? There's an eagle out there on the ice. He's got a beak full of feathers. He's cleaning up a dead waterfowl. So we got Fig in here. Sweet. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, this is good content right here. I mean, I'm nothing to look at, but gosh darn it, we got eagles. Let's see if we can, where did that flock of geese go? I don't know if you, oh, you can kind of detect. There we go. You can detect that there's some geese flying in the air. Quite far away. You can faintly hear them, perhaps. So those would be snow geese. You can hear them. Oops, where are we going here? Oh, there we go. So those would be snow geese. They're still, let's see, I can visibly see a dozen there, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 or 8 dozen snow geese just in the immediate area. And I know there's a few trumpeter swans still up here. I think there's just a handful remaining. The rest of them, the swan population got up over 1,000 around Thanksgiving in this refuge, but they've moved on. So they've gone down to, I don't know, Texas maybe, Alabama, Arkansas maybe, and south of that. So the swans are gone. The swans have got to find open water because they can't just hang around on the ice. Then they'd be sitting ducks. So let's get in the car in a second here and make our way around the refuge. So in the refuge here, you've got the 1,300 acre wetland in the middle, and there's a border road that just basically, it's a gravel road. It's a couple miles long, 3 or 4 miles probably to go around it. So we'll just go in and we'll make stops on the way and see what That's a small white bird out there on the ice. Let's see what that is. Well, no, that is a ball of feathers floating past on the wind. So that's from a deceased, probably snow goose. All right, let's get one more look at our eagle that's out on the ice before we move on here. Gem of the Columbia Gorge, right on. Hey, cold outside, but still okay. Look out left. Columbia Gorge. Tell me about Columbia Gorge, Sad. There's plenty of eagles. If I remember right, Pacific Northwest. Well, those eagles would be year-round there. They might migrate up and down the coast, but the eagles in the Pacific Northwest are going to be year-round residents. Let's get... Where's this guy again? There he is. So that's a young bald eagle. So, hey, Ron Armitage Jr. Hey, what's going on? So we're out here in a wildlife refuge, Ron, and we're looking at bald eagles in the wild. And they're close enough to get on my phone scope. I have a 30 or 40 scope attached to my phone, and when I hit the camera turn around, it, I can get a bit of magnification. It's a little jittery because I can't hold it steady with one hand. And yeah, there's some more snow geese flying off in the distance. So as we said before, the eagles will follow the migrating goose populations way down from the Arctic. And there's still some geese making their way through the Midwest on their way down to where the water would remain open for the winter. In this refuge, I would say 95% of the water is frozen, just from my visual observation right here. And so the geese are in the air; they're not on the ground. So there's quite a few of them up in the air. I'm looking at probably 1,000 snow geese up in the air right now. There's about 20 or 30 flying V's. Let's see if we can get a look at them. Okay, so here's our iced over wetland. Whoa, we lost our scope here. There we go. There's our eagle. He's feeding on a dead goose there on the ice. But way up, there we go. There's some geese flocks flying. I know you can detect this on the screen. I got a bit of a glare, but I'm pretty sure I can see geese on the screen. They're way off in the distance, hundreds of yards away. I mean, that's probably a quarter mile to a half mile away, that flock of geese. So so what I was thinking of doing, it is a big bird. So the bald eagle stands, I think around 30 inches, 24 to 30 inches tall, and has a wingspan of upwards of 6 feet. And I was going to talk about them just a little bit here before we drive. So the bald eagle, they won't get their white head feathers and tail feathers until they're a fully mature bird at approximately age 4. So if you see eagles and some of them have dark heads and tails, and you say, well, that's got to be a newborn or whatever. Not necessarily. It's a young bird for sure. Not mature to have the breeding plumage. But so bald eagles can have brown heads and brown tails just until about the age of 4, and then those white feathers, that's called piebalding in nature, when birds and animals develop a white features. So the bald eagle is not bald. I'm bald. See, But the bald eagle is not bald. The bald eagle is the word bald is short for piebald. So they're called piebald eagles. He's flying. Where's he going? There he goes. So our eagle off. There are some other photographers stopping to get that same eagle we were looking at. Can you guys hear the geese? Some geese up there. But that's why the eagles are here. That's beautiful. All right, gang. Kathy H in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Down the road. Yep. Her dad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, there's, you know, anytime the ponds freeze over, ponds and lakes freeze over, then there's the eagles. They move around. They try to find fish and open water. Hang on. I want to check my camera scope here. Sorry for the angle here. I'm trying to get this. Darn it. Well, my scope has come apart from my phone here, so I think that's time to move on. You can hear the geese. I'm gonna step away from my car for a second so you can hear the goose flock. So those are snow geese. So snow geese are mostly white. There is a variant called the blue goose, which is kind of a darker goose. They're all the same. They're all called snow geese. We got us a couple of eagles flying right out over the water again here. I want to get my scope figured out here, so I'm gonna figure this out here, gang. So excuse the angles. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm seeing. Okay, why is it doing that? Okay, it should be. There we go. We're back operating here. Phone scope on. Here's our wetland, frozen over wetland here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful sight. So there's a few dots here where you see the yellow, the grass meeting the ice here right in the middle of the screen. There's little dots, dark dots there. Those are eagles. There's some eagles way out there on the ice. Yeah. All right, let's move around. Let's go get on the move here and see if we can get an eagle sitting in a tree really close to the road. Now, they should be used to, some of them will be used to people driving around, and you know, nobody's messing with them. We're just observing, so we don't mess with the wildlife. We just observe it, and always leave things as good as you find them when you come to a nature area. We're the best community in the world, so we would never leave anything. Leave footprints and take memories. Leave only footprints and take only memories. That's the motto. That's the goal. All right, we got a little piece of open water here, and there might be a couple of swans out here, and just a tiny little break in the ice here. There's a little piece of open water. I'm going to attempt to get a look at that. Show you guys what I mean. So I was up here around Thanksgiving And there was a very healthy population of trumpeter swans moving through here. Probably, I mean, several hundred. I think it did actually get up over 1,000 here. And trumpeter swans are freaking amazing birds. If you get a chance to see one, and I think we got a couple out here. I don't think those are pelicans. But let's get out and have a look here. Let me get off the road, and then I'm going to put my window up because I'm going to shut her down here. This is the next observation area, so I'm going to shut my car off, put my window up. It is a gravel road, and there's a little bit of traffic out here. There's 3 or 4 cars that have passed me already today out here. But we want to look at these swans. Oh man, yeah, there's still quite a few snow geese up over my shoulder, up here. I don't know if you can see them on the screen, but you can hear them. Let's go see if we can see these swans out here. Alright. So yeah, I do have glare, there's sun and everything. I'm trying to reach out, but you guys are having a good time. Looks like. Okay, here we go. We've got us I believe that to be 4 trumpeter swans. That's what I'm going to go with. I'll get the bird cam out and zoom in, and then I'll be able to tell you for sure. But I believe that's 4 remaining trumpeters out here. And the trumpeters are one of my favorites. They're just unbelievable birds. So that's one time I was driving out toward the Chatter Church, and I stumbled across a whole field of trumpeter swans, and I had to stop and do the thing. Where are we going? There we are. Man, there's quite a glare here, so enjoy here for a second. These are trumpeters for sure. They're all resting. They got their heads tucked down under their wing. They're all doing this. So there's 4 trumpeter swans out there. Let's get a look at them with the scope. Again, for those just joining in, I'm Lefty. We're at a National Wildlife Refuge today to see bald eagles, and we got a scope on our phone here. Skuma's in here. What's going on? Caw. I'm trying to read chat, but you know, I'm out here in the, let's see, am I missing stuff as you guys look at trumpeter swans? Oh, the one's got his head up. Let me get a photo of it with its head up, and then I'll try to show you what we got here. Oh, now he's back down. Okay, let's see here. Do. Here's our trumpeter swan. The trumpeter swan is a very large shorebird. I mean, everybody knows what a swan is. So what is a trumpeter swan? It's a breed of swan that has a dark face, a dark beak and a dark face. That's primarily how you identify the trumpeter swan, and the rest of it's white. And the immature birds have a bit of rusty color on them, but mostly they're a large white swan with a dark face. And okay, nice jacket. It's different from the one you got at a Vito Fest, yeah. Well, you outgrow them, you know. I'm not wearing very many clothes I wore when I was 5, and that I do know. So we're at 30 minutes, so typically Prism will shut. Well, the last several streams I've done, Prism has shut off the stream right at the 40 to 45 minutes. So if I think I only have 10 minutes left, I want to get us a close look at a bald eagle, as close as we can get. And so I'm going to go around the wildlife area. I know where there's typically a nest, and actually right here I'm coming up on a spot where there's 5 cars parked in one spot. So it's always good to see like what's everybody looking at up here. If all the photographers out here have pulled off and they're all in the same spot, climbing over each other, then you know you probably want to stop and take a look. Oh yeah, there's eagles in all these trees out here. Check it out. I want to get it. So these people might want to shoot back into the sun. So I don't know if I want to, but I'm going to show you this eagle right here. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Guaranteed 100% sighting of a bald eagle today by your friend Lefty. There's a mature eagle in the tree there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. There's like 5 photographers sitting here. I think it's just because we're near the entrance. They haven't gone all the way around yet. I want to get around to where the nests are, because there's a couple nests out here. I got gravel dust all over my phone here now. Let's see, I'm going to take a quick count here of eagles within my view. 1, 2. The other one we were looking at is 3. We're going to get a picture of him. This is going to be a great shot. Here comes bird cam, ladies and gentlemen. Bird cam's coming out. Can I leave? Here, I want to take you out with me. Trying to reach out here. Get a professional shot. Hey, we're going to try to get a good shot here of this eagle. He's beautiful. Oh, there's several of them. There's like 5 or 6 in the tree right here. This is awesome. Let's see. There's one in the top of this tree right here. That's an eagle up there. So I can zoom in on him with the bird cam. Hang on. I'll show you what's going on up here. So right at the tip of the camera, in the top of that tree that's visible at the tip of the camera there, that's an eagle right there. We're going to shoot him right here with the bird cam. Well, he just looked at me. I'm zoomed in close enough to see him looking at me. I don't know. That's probably not doable. Probably can't see what I'm even talking about here. I got too much glare. Trust me, I got a good one. There's another one over here. Yeah. You guys see this? I think you can see it. There's a bit of a glare. We got eagles all over the place up here. See on Insta? Yeah, I'll post everything on Instagram. Lefty Beetle, one word. LEFTYBEATLE. One word on Instagram. On YouTube, it's 2 words. My Lefty Beetle YouTube is 2 words. But on Insta, it's 1. All right, let's move on here. I want to get around to the eagle nests before we run out of stream. Let's see. Before we run out of stream here. So, you can tell it's an eagle. Yeah, all right. Very good. Against the law to pet them or feed them peanut butter salmon. Well, I would think it would be, yeah. You can't mess with the eagles. I think we've all seen the videos of, like, up in Alaska, like behind a restaurant or behind a fishery or something, they throw a bunch of fish out and there's like 100 eagles go to town on this, in one parking lot with a bunch of, they throw out a bunch of fish. I want to get around to where, so hopefully we don't scuff out. We're at 37 minutes here now, so if Prism is going to cut off my stream at 40 to 45 minutes, I want to get around to where the eagle nest is. I know where there's one for sure, and it's close to the road, and it's a great photography spot. I want to get down there. So these people have super zooms. I see their, I mean, I'm looking out the window of the car and there's 5 or 6 eagles out on the ice right here. People are stopped and photographing them, but I want to get around to where I know you can get a bit closer to the ones by the road, because they've nested right by the road, so they've spent their whole time with cars going by them. And bird cam shots. Hey, thanks. Thanks for the shout there, Sad. Did I see Scuff Frank in here? Scuff Frank? Sweet. Yeah. Right on. So we're just, we're going to go. I accidentally got up to 20 miles an hour, so my seatbelt sign comes on, but we're just in this gravel loop here of a wildlife area here at Bluffs, National Wildlife Refuge in northern Missouri. There is a flock of swans, probably numbering 15 to 20 out here on the ice. Oh, there's more than that. I wonder, those aren't going to be pelicans. Nope, swans. Let's just get a look at some swans here for a half a second. Okay, trumpeter swans. There's 15 or 20 right there, and then there's another little group over here. It's another 8 or 10 there. And then over here, there's more. There's an open piece of water there, and there's probably 100 trumpeter swans right there in the middle of the screen. Sorry for the shakiness and all that. Those are trumpeter swans out there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. One of my favorites. And that's an observation area. You can actually walk out for about a quarter of a mile on an observation area and view that stuff. Now, if I were to walk out there toward those swans, they would probably take off, and I don't really want to do that. want, you know, this is so on my Instagram. So there's pictures of a coyote walking around on my Instagram. That was actually out here. It was actually just over here out this window right here. So this little piece of the wildlife refuge right here, this is where, if you look on my Instagram, I got pictures of a coyote, and that was right out here. And I actually got out of my car and observed that coyote for probably a good, 5 to 10 minutes, probably closer to 10 minutes. He was just kind of loping around out here. He wasn't concerned. He didn't look starving. He wasn't diseased or emaciated or anything. He was a nice, healthy, big, healthy coyote, and he wasn't concerned that I was sitting there. He wasn't interested in me. He was walking around the edge of the pond. Oh, there he is. Oh, shit. Yeah, there he is again. Hang on. We're going to get him. Ladies and gentlemen, our coyote is back. Our coyote is back. This is a good one. There he is. So I told you on my Instagram, I have good pictures of the coyote, and here he is. There he is, coyote hype, ladies and gentlemen. That is a real live coyote. Live streaming. How many people get to live stream a coyote in their lifetime? Look at him there. He's not concerned. I need to put my car in park. Shut her down. Okay, so we're at the 42-minute mark. So guys, if my stream ends, I'm going to just try to fire it right back up. So hang in there. If it ends, I will just go right back into mode. I'm not done with streaming these eagles yet. And we're going to get us a close look at an eagle. But right now, we got to get out with the bird cam and take a photo or two of this coyote. He's right out on the ice. So he's on a frozen spot right there. And he's chewing on he's scavenging a dead duck or goose. Let's go take a look at him. Where is he? I'll get you on the hood of my car here. Coyote hype. Where'd he go? Ah! Dang it. Where is he? Hype it up. Lefty's live streaming a coyote in the wild here. Tell your friends. How many of your friends live stream a scavenging coyote at a wildlife refuge? Not too many. Probably less than 1,000 people have ever done this. He's out there, he's just eating a dead goose. He's eating a dead goose or duck of some kind. content. I'm not afraid of him doing anything. So he's working and lurking. Jojo, yeah, that's right. Beautiful. So it's like Mr. Coyote. I'm gonna get one more shot. Get another shot of him before I go here. Some video of the coyote. I'll put that on my YouTube here at some point in the future. That was kind of cool. Well, not kinda. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. 47 minutes, we're still going. All right. It's not the warmest day out here. I'm going to get out of the way and let these other photographers come in, and they want to shoot this coyote. Who doesn't? He's beautiful. He's only about 40 feet off the edge of the roadway, standing out on the ice, eating a dead duck or goose. That's pretty good. He's having a goose dinner. So what's the difference between lefty beetle and a coyote? Well, the coyote ain't birdless. That's the difference. That's the only difference. We both have 4 legs and fangs, and we're both scared of people. So really pretty much the same. Pretty much the same entity. Small baby out of the dragon. Kids, seen him in the barn, yeah. Eagle, swans, coyotes, oh my. Hey, some trumpeter swans in flight. Oh man, I wish I could. You just can't be too close to them, you know. So they're hopping from one piece of the refuge over to another. There's another pond over in the distance over here. I think it's on private land. So hopping around from pond to pond. We're still going. So I'm gonna pass this person. Yeah, I want to get to the eagle nest, and as I say, if we scuff out, we're going to just fire right back up. If I notice it's scuff, I'm gonna start right back up and get the eagle nest. So we got about another half a mile to go here on this little road, and then we'll get some more eagles. So when I was out here at Thanksgiving, the snow goose count I think was at 400,000. So I don't think they were all here when I was here. So maybe there was 100,000 or 200,000. But if you've ever seen 100,000 or 200,000 geese in one place, it's like when they take off, it's like this roar. It sounds like a stadium crowd, it sounds like a sports stadium crowd that just like erupts, this roar when the geese take off. It's really amazing. And I'm driving here, so I'm not reading chat here as well as I could be, but you guys understand. You're just here for the content. It's okay. Talk amongst yourselves. So whenever I come up on cars parked, let's try to get It's a bit of a glimpse at what they might be looking at. So I think they're just people with scopes and stuff looking way out on the lake. They're looking at the eagles that are way out on the ice. They're like 300 yards away out on the ice. So they'd be just little dots on my phone screen. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 bald eagles in one little spot here. I might be able to just briefly show it. Might be able to briefly show this. Let's see. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. Start there. So 1, 2, 3. We're panning to the left. 4, 5, 6. Well, and there's some in the really far distance. I mean, there's 2 or 3 more past those 3 right there. They're way out there. My nose is running here. It's cold. I mean, it's not too bad. It's 43 degrees here. Stream's still rolling, so we're still going. Sometimes, you know, let's see. Stream. Okay, we got a couple of pretty close eagles here out on the ice. This would be a good chance to stop and show you these eagles here. Is this guy gonna stop? Hopefully they don't get too freaked out and fly away. I think when I get out of the car, I'm gonna stay near the car. I'm not gonna like walk away from the car, so then they're probably used to a car strolling past. But probably if you got out, started walking around, they'll probably get a little skittish. So let's take a view from the car first. We don't want to mess with them. These eagles are about 70, I would say 75 yards from the road. There's a nice pair right there. And the one on the left is a mature, fully piebalded adult in breeding plumage, and the one on the right is, all I can tell from here is it's probably less than 4 years old, because it's still got its dark head feathers. So there we go. That's pretty cool. That's what we want to look at. You never know what you're going to see out here, but one thing's guaranteed: between Thanksgiving and mid-January, if you come out to Lost Bluffs National Wildlife Refuge in northern Missouri, you are going to see bald eagles. There's just no... I'm going to go ahead and get out. There's a photographer standing right there with a big tripod and everything. The eagles aren't flying away from him, so I'm going to take this opportunity to get a bird cam shot. Stream's still rolling, so we're still streaming. I'll stay on as long as I can. screen's all dusty from the gravel dust. There's 2 eagles in the frame there. These 2 that are out right now. Beautiful birds. Big things. Yeah. Another good shot. Yeah, so they're out on the ice. So this is a wetland, 1,300 acres of wetland out here, and it freezes over in the winter. So during the process, when it's still open, there's tens of thousands of waterfowl out here, and the eagles follow the big flocks of waterfowl, and they're just scavenging. I mean, they're just scavenging dead ones. Trumpeter swan flyby. I hope you guys heard that. It was like a... Hope you heard that trumpeter swan flyby. Got us a trumpeter swan. Whoop. Where are you going? Where'd you go? Get back here. These will go on my Instagram, Lefty Beetle, one word. Put these up. I'm going to put up the stuff from today, later today, just to keep you guys like engaged and in the loop. Was that the eagle making that noise? That's weird. Yeah, guaranteed bald eagles. So I told you we guarantee you some bald eagles today. I'm gonna go try to get make sure I'm not gonna get another trumpeter swan flyby, because I want that on video. I don't see any. Whoa. Hey, watch it there, buddy. They get a little, the one bird's like, hey, there's a pecking order. They have a pecking order, you know. When there's enough food, nobody fights. But when people want to go eat the same carcass or scavenge the same carcass, it's like, then you get a little animosity going. Let's drive to the eagle nest. It's only about another few hundred yards up the road, and that's where all the cars are. The cars are stopped there, and the photographers are out of their cars, so maybe we'll get lucky. It'll be a nice eagle perched in a tree really close to the road and not backlit by the sun. And that's the whole point. That's what I want to get. When we took off around this access road, that's what we wanted. Bye, eagles. Those 2 were pretty close. So yeah, they're about 50 to 70 yards off the roadway, those 2 eagles that we were just looking at. And there's several in the trees up here. These are like, these will be good photography targets up here. He said, move over. He wasn't sharing. No, he wasn't. You know, in this chat, we share. You know, when we have food, we share the food. Is this guy gonna stop? Is this guy stopped? What's he doing? Okay, we got us a couple of mature eagles in the tree up here. We'll give you a good shot of these. I'm gonna wait for this car to move so I can get the prime spot. Keep going. You can still keep your eyes on the road out here. Hey, we hit an hour on Prism and we're still going. I can't believe it. Prism has cut my last 2 live streams to 45 minutes. 44 and a half minutes, I think, was all it would allow me to do. But we're up over an hour now. I love this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go see this eagle. I'm going to shut her down again. Let's see. Get him from the car first. The car door. just lost my scope. Do we need the scope? Don't even need the scope. This is just the phone. Bald eagle up there. And there's another one right there. And a third one right there. So let's get out a photograph of these, shall we? Try to get the scope back on here. There we go. I know you guys want to see the bird in the scope. Where is he? Just trying to set up the shot. Trying to set up the shot here. If anybody's, if Young's in here, if tell Young we got us some of them American eagles. Some of these American eagles. Not gonna get a whole lot better than that. Not going to get a whole lot better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Some content for the masses here. Shout out to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto Maple Leafs and bald eagles. I heard a swan. Hang on. I heard the swan, but I don't see it. I'm not going to get a much better picture than that of an eagle. This is a little bird. There's a little bird over here. I don't know. Some little bird. Oops. All right. I'm juggling a phone with an attached scope. Oh yeah, we want to see on the scope. Higher traffic little. This is where the eagle nest is, so we want to get a look at the nest. I'll show you what a bald eagle nest looks like. And if you haven't seen one, picture a big pile of sticks about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle that can weigh hundreds of pounds, and you might be looking at an eagle's nest. All right, yeah, those two are behind branches. They're not quite as photogenic. All right, here's the nest. We're gonna come up on an eagle's nest here. Whether they're home or not, or whether those are just the ones we were just looking at just now. Maybe those are the nesters. I will show you this nest. It's pretty impressive. We'll talk about it a little bit. I'm just trying to look and see if anybody's home in the nest here. All right, let's park and shut her down. Then I'm gonna read some chat here for a second. I apologize for just being a guy, just streaming, not reading much. Yeah, guys. Wild and raw-eyed. Okay, back to the coyote chat. Yeah. Okay, so out in this wildlife area, there's a lot of attrition, so that the animals out here are just scavenging. I mean, the eagles, I mean, sure, they would hunt if there's an opportunity, but all they got to do is scavenge. I mean, there's so many dead birds. Same with that coyote back there. They just look out for carrion. Everyone's carrying on around here. Okay, let's talk about the bald eagle's nest, shall we? So as I say, the bald eagle's nest, they're colonizing birds. So a lot of times nesting bald eagles will nest within proximity of one another in colonies. They will do that. Sometimes areas have dozens of nests, or nests that have more than one family living in them. Let's get a look at one. Well, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, got our scope reattached here. So they'll choose a large tree. So here's a large tree, looks like an elm or something. Let's go up and branch off to this side. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is our bald eagle nest. And there's been a nest out here in this approximate area for a few years now. So again, it's hard to maybe tell in the scope, but that nest is probably, I'd say it could fit on the hood of my car, probably. I'd say it's about 5 feet by 5 feet or so, maybe a little larger. And it's certainly a few feet deep. So a bald eagle nest is an entire microscopic system in and of itself. And let's talk about that for a minute. So in a nest, you got the nest. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. So in a nest like that, I've been out here before when the birds are bringing the sticks and piling them on that tree right there. So last year I was out here and they're building either that nest or one very much like it and very much close to where that is. It's awesome. So they're bringing sticks, and the sticks are like this big around. They're just flying around with them in their beaks, stacking them up. So other birds and animals can live in that nest as well. Certainly, if a rodent or a family of rodents could get away with it and live in the middle of that thing, they probably would. So the eagle won't be able to like go around to the underside of the nest and prey on whatever's there. So something could theoretically be living in that thing in addition to the eagles. I always found that pretty fascinating. That it becomes its own town. It becomes a little community in and of itself. So sometimes you'll see you'll see like a a huge nest, and you might have several families. You look up there and see 4 or 5 eagle heads looking out of the same nest. I've seen that before. There's nobody home here right now. Those birds we were photographing about 10 minutes ago could very well be. Oh gosh, is he coming? Here he comes. Let's bring him in. Oh my gosh. So I was wrong. There is somebody home. There is definitely somebody home. You guys heard that, right? The screech. You guys heard the. So another eagle flew by and like looked in the nest, and there was like that eagle that just flew over, like looked in the nest, but something in the nest was shrieking at it. One of them landed in the nest right after you were finished pointing to it. That could be. Oh, okay, so one did sneak in there when I wasn't looking, right? Good eyes, good eyes, good eyes. Yeah, so that other one, that young one that I just filmed flying past, so the one in the nest was shrieking at it. Yeah, that was kind of cool. There's territorial things, there's recognition things, there's calls for food, there's calls for help, there's, you know, defensive calls. That sounded like leave me alone. So that other eagle just kept going. It took a look in the nest, but then it kept going. But the one that's in there, he didn't want to be bothered. So I've been out here and looked in this tree and seen the male and the female like sitting on branches. And so the female bald eagle is bigger. The male is just slightly smaller, but the females are bigger, and the males are about like that. So if you see the two of them together, you can always tell. But if you just see one eagle, it's kind of hard to tell. Gotta hit the road. Hey, Sad. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We're just about done here. You're not going to miss too much more. The end of the road is about another half a mile till we're out of the refuge, and then I'm going to continue on home myself. But thanks for tuning in. I'll stay on till I'm finished with the rest of the loop, and just in case we run into something. Again, you never know what you're going to see out here. Except for eagles here. You are going to see eagles. I liked how there was a I see the little head looking out of the nest. Hold on a second. Sit here for just a second. Ah! Oh my gosh. Ah! There's two up there right now. So two of them just came and landed in the darn nest. And I missed it. If I'd have been standing there, if I would have still been standing there, I kind of think I'm not going to leave this spot just yet. In fact, I'm pulling over here. Somebody might pass me. Sorry about the angles. I apologize. I'm driving. I'm driving like 2 miles an hour. Putting my car in and out of gear. I got bird cam under my arm. Okay. away. That's the one that just flew out of the nest. He just flew out of the nest and landed about 5 or 6 trees over. Pretty nice. There's still one up. There's still one up there. So just watch the top of the... I want that focus. Sorry, you had to look at my... So there's still one up in there. Focus. Alright, so fun facts with Lefty. So it's like as soon as I got in my car, then there was a bunch of activity, and now they've flown off again, and so now I'm gonna move on. Thanks for sticking with me through that. Here he comes. Here we go. Take a look. Right in the nest. Okay, that was worth the price of admission. Sweet. Okay, I'm really glad we got that, guys. Bald eagle coming and landing in the nest at the 1 minute or 1 hour 19-minute mark. Bald eagle flies by and lands in the nest. Pretty awesome. Shout out to First Avenue, one of the premier clubs in the United States, based in Minneapolis. Yeah, the eagles their heads are peeking out the top of the nest. So there's at least 1 or 2 up there. Perhaps more than 2, but I think 2. Wasn't that cool? That was about the coolest. Now this person is maybe gonna let me go, maybe not. Another eagle flying over top of us. Beautiful. There's a train going by. Pretty nice area. See a big white flock of birds out here in the water. I'm just gonna take a look at them. I would guess snow geese or swans, but we don't know until we're a little closer. So what's been going on out there? Anybody got anything cool to report from? How's the new year going for everybody? Staying safe and being good to each other, hopefully. working on a couple new tunes. Getting some things worked out with those. I think these are our geese. These are our snow geese. They're way out in the wild. Might be swans. Definitely some geese off to the left there. Let's see what the bird cam says. Yeah, new songs in the works. Not necessarily in a hurry to throw another album out there right now, but I definitely want to get it ready. I definitely want to have it ready for when the time does present itself. Trumpeter Swans. Trumpeter Swans and Canada Geese. Trumpeter Swans and Canada Geese out there. So it's sort of something like that out there in the little open water. It's a big trumpeter swan there in view, surrounded by other swans that are kind of more hunkered down, and then there's maybe 50 or so Canada geese out there as well. I would say a good 100, probably 100 trumpeter swans. Excuse me. All right, so the new songs I'm working on are there's still more songs from the heart, and I'm going to say a couple of them are a little more alternative, edgy maybe. It's not quite so bleeding heart as the first album, but definitely still songs of importance. Hope and optimism are still good themes to employ. And then a few, probably, I don't know what other themes are in there. Just have to wait, see how they turn out, because the lyrics might not be final. More songs of hope and love and optimism. I think it's good to be a little different than a lot of people are writing, have written in the last few years, songs of despair and desolation and defeatism and hopelessness and things like that. And those are all true emotions, and you got to write what's true, but it's also a time to reflect on how good we've actually had it for a long time. And if you really want to dive down deep, this is the richest society that's ever been. We're better off, we live longer, and have done more than we've ever been able to do in human history. And whenever you're feeling down, Just remember, like 1,000 years ago, you're dying of dysentery and you haven't got a prayer to live past 40. So I don't think times are like awful right now. It's all how you look at it. It's perception. Maybe other people are having it really bad, but let's get a look at a hawk. Let's get back to bird watching. I'm not trying to make any kind of statement here on life or reality. I'm just let's get back to birds. Everybody do what you're gonna do. We got us a nice red-tailed hawk here. Or is that a harrier? I better get a bird cam picture of that thing, guys. I'm gonna put you down here for a second. Just get a good look. I gotta get bird cam. I gotta get that guy, or I'm gonna regret it. Please stay there. Probably not a harrier. A harrier would be too skittish to sit there. It's probably a red tail. Ooh, I got a good one of them taken off. The reason I wanted to think it was a harrier, because it's got white at the top of the tail, but that tail's fanned out like a red tail, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one I'm pretty sure I'm going to call this guy a red-tailed hawk. I mean, that's not a goshawk, is it? No. I'm definitely have good enough information in this photo to go make an ID on that bird. It took off, but there he goes. Is he going to land on the road? If he lands on the road, we're going to go at him again. And he most certainly is. Let's go another little bit here. I'm your host, Lefty Beetle. Welcome. Thank you for saying so, JoJo Strums. Hey, everybody subscribe to JoJo Strums. You get musical content, you get life stories. It's a good time. Sad and JoJo, I enjoy your streams. This hawk's right in the road. I don't want to get too close to him, but at the same time, I want to get close to him. It's hard to shoot through a window. I'm going to just say this is a red tail because it's big enough, certainly. And this car ahead of me is going to scare it away. Somebody's going to go around me here. All right, well, there he goes. Yeah, definitely a red tail. That's not a harrier. That thing's way too big to be a harrier. The northern harrier is an impressive bird of prey out here, and I have seen them out here. And they are distinct in flight, but because they have that white band across the upper part of their tail, and the rest of them is usually a medium brown or darker sometimes. So I came up on one last time I was out here, and I was getting ready to shoot it, and it was sitting there and another car passed me right when I was getting out of the car with the bird cam, and the other car startled the bird, and the Harrier took off. I've never got a good picture of a Harrier, and you can look up the Northern Harrier and read about them. They're pretty skittish around humans, human development and human interaction. They don't really go for that, so you can't really get too close to them. Shout out to this eagle right here. Where'd he go? Shout out to this eagle right here. Again, for those just joining in, we're at Los Bluffs National Wildlife Refuge in northern Missouri, northwest Missouri. And we're out here to see bald eagles. We're an hour and a half in, and we've seen a good 20 or 30 probably. But a couple weeks ago, like somewhere around New Year's, the week between Christmas and New Year's, there was 833 bald eagles in this one wildlife refuge. So that's why I decided to come up here today to kind of get in on the action. It's uplifting to the soul to go out and hang out with stuff like bald eagles, and we had ourselves a close encounter with a coyote earlier on this stream. Not a negative one, a very positive one. In fact, the coyote was just sitting there scavenging on a dead duck or goose, frozen in the top layer of ice. And we were able to sit there and spend a couple minutes with the coyote. I should clip that out at some point. Just make a good little... I took video on the bird cam as well of the coyote, so I will post that as a VOD. Coyote encounters with Birdman. They have good ones. Really enjoy that. Go on a safari? Oh yeah, I'd love to. I would love to go on a safari. Especially if I don't have to drive my own car. I can just like ride along and observe and have a professional guide that tells you what's going on. Like I would love to go to the Kruger National Park in South Africa. That would be amazing. And take a little guided safari tour around there. So this is an area where I've seen the Harrier before, so we're in a bit of an open field. So the refuge is out this window. The frozen pond is over there. I always see sort of your usual suspects in through here, your woodpeckers and blue jays and stuff, but I'm not really after them today. If we see cool stuff, great. You always take what the bird watch gives you, but you can go out seeking certain things too. We came out here to look at eagles, and I think we've succeeded. We've succeeded with our eagle watching. So give me a couple hours. So by 3 or 4 o'clock today, I'll have, it is currently noon. By 3 or 4 o'clock, I'll have my eagle and coyote photos up on my Instagram, Lefty Beetle, one word. And maybe I'll get bold and cobble together my little coyote video or something. So we're we're at, we got about, oh, I don't know, we got about a mile to go to the end of the refuge. We're about 3/4 of the way around. So it's pretty good. When you're out here, if it's a cold day, like just say today, if today's 43 degrees, so that's fine, but just say, for example, it was -10. You could still drive around this this refuge and just stay in your car. There's still plenty to see. There goes a big hawk right there. Oh, he's cool. Okay, guys, I'm going to put you down here. This hawk is really close to the road. Oh my gosh, if he stays there, this is a good one. Oh, there he goes. Nope, he's already gone. Is he just moving yeah, he just moved another 50 yards away, so he wants to be in this area. I think I can shoot this guy. Just 2 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not bad. Not too bad. That's a nice hawk there. Again, until somebody shows me differently or tells me differently, I'm going to assume that is a buteo called a red-tailed hawk. They're the big buteos, you know. So in the hawk world, there's accipiters and buteos. This one we just shot is definitely scouring the fields for rodents. He's not really fishing, or he's not hunting small birds. Probably he's still there. Is he gonna fly again, or is he gonna sit there? What's up, dude? There he goes. He's definitely a red tail. I got a glimpse of his big fanned out tail, and it had a hint of red in it, but it was mostly brown. So the red-tailed hawks, some of them that you see, they don't even have red tails. It's just the family of hawks known as red tails. And it might be a young bird or a fall, winter plumage, something to where it doesn't have a red tail. But anyway, I digress. Yeah. Success. Yeah. So we can have success even without leaving the car. I could have done this whole tour without leaving my car, probably, and still got most of the same shots. Isn't that weird? Isn't that strange? Keep my eyes peeled in case that Harrier is out here. Usually I only get to see the Harrier. I mean, that could have been the Harrier for all I know. It looked big though. I think the Harrier is considerably smaller than the red tail. There's some small birds. Where are they going? Let's look and see where they're going. They just left sort of this wood pile, and they flew across some long, tall grass, and they're in a tree, I think, but they're little guys. I don't think I'm going to be able to get them. So those would be your New World sparrows, probably, that have migrated down from considerably farther north. So stuff like your song sparrows, and I mean, you might get a white-throated sparrow out here. I saw and heard a lot of song sparrows a month ago when I was here, so without knowing, I would just take a silly guess. That's what that could be. I agree it was. Yeah. Dragon's agreeing on the red tail, I'm sure. If it was the Harrier, I think I would notice that it would look considerably different than other hawks that I'm used to shooting. So I'm just gonna go with red tail. I mean, I'll look up other hawks. I mean, there's potential there's other hawks involved, but I'm pretty sure that that's what's out here right now. What's up there? So guys, I hope you've been enjoying this. It's been pretty good bird therapy today for me, to get out and see something different. I need to put a camera on my bird feeders. So my feeders my feeders are doing really well right now. I have woodpeckers and blue jays and stuff like all day long. There's the Harrier. Oh my god, stay there. Holy shit, stay there. Please, please, please. I see the Harrier. Hold on. This is where I saw him last time. Hold on, guys. No, don't frickin' pass me, you jerk. I will flatten your tires. Okay, so the thing to do when you're shooting birds is like get that far away shot, just in case if you get a little closer and it flies away and you didn't get it. That's what you got to have in your mind. So there's two more cars going to try to pass me here. Stay where you are. Well, the hawk's still sitting there, so maybe it's not the Harrier. Okay, the Harrier wouldn't sit there like that. This is another red tail. That's another red tail, I'm sure. He's just sitting on a little piece of fence there. I saw him. This is exactly where I saw the Harrier, though, last time I was out here. So I came up on one exactly like today. And I saw it, and I thought, I better shoot that hawk because I don't know what that is. And then a car passed me and it took off. But this is so close, and it didn't fly away when a car went right by it. So I'm assuming that this is not a skittish bird that's afraid of people. In fact, about 30 feet from it right now. Be patient here. This is good stuff. He just needs to turn his head once here. He's still sitting there. He's cool. He's still sitting there. So there's no way that's a Harrier. It's another red tail, guys. Baltimore Brian's in the house. Right on. What's up, Baltimore? Here, I'll show you this hawk here. He's okay sitting here. If it was somebody... He's not too concerned that I'm here. He's not very far off the road. We're closer to him than we were to the coyote earlier. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Yeah. See, a truck just drove between me and the bird there, and the bird didn't fly away. So that bird is quite used to people. Is that someone else going to photograph? Yeah, I'm going to sit here. Where's she going? She's going to shoot this bird here. Yeah, I'm not going to drive. I'm just going to sit here for a second while she gets her shot. I try to be courteous to the other people who are out here with cameras and just observing the birds as well. She wants to get that same shot that I got. She saw me pointing my camera out the window, and so they stopped. She wants to get the same hawk there. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. After you. In fact, I'll take this opportunity to get another shot. Madness in the house. Madness is here. Caw-caw. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Madness, everything. We're out here getting bald eagles, but we got ourselves a nice hawk here as well. Ourselves a nice hawk here sitting on a fence post. Look at that guy. Isn't he cool? We're out here, guys, with the bird cam. You get stuff like this when you hang out with Lefty. Beautiful hawk sitting on a post. Got some cool things. So earlier today I was this far from a coyote, and he was just sitting there eating a dead duck or a goose or something, and the carcass was frozen, so he was like tearing this frozen bird apart, and feathers were all over the place. Anyway, we got some photos and video of him. That was a good hour ago, at least. That was probably at about the 40-minute mark or so. So we're at 150 right now, so about the 40-minute mark I think was the coyote. That hawk right here remained unconcerned the entire time. He's still sitting there. I'm going to move on because we got as good a shot as we're going to get of him. So I'm going to move on. And this photographer also got and also all right, I just gave a nice thumbs up to my fellow traveler out here, a photographer. We were both sitting there getting that hawk on that fence post back there. There's a little bird. What's he doing? Oh, where did he go? Oh. Hold on, gang. if he sits there, I can get him. He's on a little branch. Could be a song sparrow. Oh, no, there he goes. He landed in a tree. Oh, there's a whole flock. Holy Moses. Let's go with juncos. Those juncos? I just saw like a whole flock of little birds, like probably about 30 of them. Just they came up out of this ditch right here and just one of them lands. Goldfinches. Nope. American tree sparrow. Hold on. American tree sparrow. I got a good look at him. Did I get a photo of him? That's the question. Pretty crummy. So that's a pretty crummy photo. But you can see the little rusty cap on the top of the bird's head. And to me, that tells me that that's an American tree sparrow. And there is a ton of them out here. Holy moly. There's another one. That's a song sparrow right there. Now that might be a white-throated. Nope, song. So this is a song sparrow. It's a song sparrow. He's got the little black sort of almost necklace looking thing. Not a bad little spot, actually. Maybe I should park it for a minute. We got us it'd be nice to get a good shot of an American tree sparrow. That'd be pretty good. There was a whole flock of little guys right here. So song sparrows and American tree sparrows. They can see farther than humans can. Yep, that's for sure. Can you show the hawk again here? All right. Hey, sorry. I will try to show the hawk. Sorry, I'm just seeing the comment. Here comes the hawk for Dragon model. Sorry about that. Here's there's the full shot of the hawk. And I'll give a little more detail. Here's the hawk's tail. A lot of times the tail tells you what the hawk is. That one has a white tip on its tail. So that might be a good indicator of something. And then finally the bird's head. Which, here's the close-up detail of the bird's head. I did show it. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know if the comment's from like a minute ago or if it's from 5 minutes ago. Okay, that little flock of birds flew away. So I think I'm just going to keep going. I got a nice picture of a song sparrow there. For anyone keeping track of what birds we've seen. I didn't really come out here to like score a bunch of the little guys. Oh man, there's 100 of them right here. I might just park it. You guys care if I bird watch a little bit here? I want to move a little bit off the road here so somebody can pass me. I'm just gonna have to park it. These little birds are. There's too much activity here. I can't walk away from this. You can't call yourself a bird man and be sitting here with a flock of birds flying around you and not investigate what it is. Just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna hang out right in here. There's a bunch of them in this little. There's like a little wood pile over here. We're out here birding. So we're almost at the 2-hour mark. I'm enjoying this immensely. I hope you guys are. I planned on doing about a 45-minute stream. There's just too much going on. I'm just going to go with whatever's happening. I hear close little birds behind me here. This is what I want. Sorry, I'm walking away there. I was after trying to get an American tree sparrow to show you what one of those looks like. I see a whole bunch of them back there about 50 yards behind me, which I might have to go back for. Take you with me. Get these little guys. I want to get so there's little flocks of song sparrows and American tree sparrows out here. I want to get them. Just in case that sparrow looks really dark. Okay, we've got us an American tree sparrow. Not a great photo again. Yeah, forget it. I'll show you later. So this is an accipiter right here. Guys, this is really cool right here. This hawk just flew in among a big flock of birds. Scared them all away. But he's sitting up there. This is live stream right here on my phone. So this bird is hunting, this raptor is hunting birds, it looks like. He flew right into my camera frame. He's cool as heck. Let's try to... Oh man, that's one of the best photos I've ever got. I'm only 20 feet from a hawk. He's just sitting in the tree looking at me. The sun's glistening on him. Beautiful. Hi there. When I get back to the car, I will show you. So I came out here to try to photograph the tree sparrows, and then this hawk just like flies right in the middle of everything and lands. And I was just like, had my finger on the trigger. I was just like, boom, 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 boom. And he's like right there. I'll show you. And he's right. He doesn't care that I'm sitting here. So if it's hunting birds, to me that would say that that's an accipiter and not a buteo. I don't know. But I've got some great photos of this thing. Birdless diet. Yeah, hey, we're birdless up here, buddy. We're doing the birdless diet. Look at that thing. Thing's awesome. With any luck, we'll get to see it hunt or something. That's unbelievable. So close to that hawk that I can tell that it has a damaged beak. It has a little notch out of its beak. This is crazy. Look at this thing. I mean, that is just a beautiful bird. I can't believe I'm that close to it. He's just sitting right there. He doesn't care. It's probably the same one that was on that fence post back there. He seemed to leave that area and come flying into this area, and a whole bunch of... Oh, he's getting ready to hunt. He's pushing his way to the end of the branch like he's going to take off. amazing. Where you at? See if he takes off and hunts something. Sputnik. What's up, Sputnik 57? Welcome. We came out here, we got a bunch of eagles earlier, Sputnik, and now we're trained on this hawk, which doesn't really care that I'm sitting here, but may possibly hunt. He was way over here on the branch, but he slowly he's walking out toward the edge of the branch, which to me says he's getting ready to stalk something and take off. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get him hunting. It's a beautiful bird. That's incredible. He just doesn't really care that I'm sitting here. He's big and he's got the front on him. I mean, that says red-tailed to me, but that's got to be something else. I'm gonna look up this bird later. I need to get a photo of his underside. I mean, I've never got photos that good of any hawk in my life. Those are going to be the best hawk photos I've ever got. Hey, here's a tree sparrow again. I'm going to get the tree sparrows. Maybe the hawk hunting the tree sparrows. Oh, where are they going? Dang it. I snooze, I lose. Comes another hawk. Are we going to have a fight? Hang on, I gotta go get this tree sparrow. I think that hawk really loves that I'm standing right here. He's trying to hunt. And I'm cramping his style. Let's get, see, there's the darn sparrow. So when I put the camera down, it flies away. I'm sitting here. There's the car driving past. My profile picture. Alright. Car's driving past. Ruined my shot. But Mr. Hawk is still sitting up there. So we're at 2 hours and 11 minutes. Hey, that's pretty good. We're doing really good. Just want to that hawk. If we camped out here long enough, that hawk would would swoop down on something. We still might be able to see it if we're lucky. I'm gonna plunk you so you're not having to look at the sun. Get Fiddle. Shout out to Get Fiddles. Sparrow. Pretty active. They're moving around and hopping around everywhere. They're just a little too far away to get. As soon as they get out of about 40-foot range from this camera, like a little sparrow is going to be pretty tough to get. I kind of wanted to stay in this area for a minute to just see if it was possible. Maybe one will fly. You won't see me fly, man, like right there. Yeah, thanks for coming in, everybody. Appreciate it. Go home and work on some music this afternoon. I think that would be just fine. Yeah. Time to try to. I think I'm going to get close to something. A car drives by. There's a lot of people out here today, so this is a popular spot. So, admission is free to this place. Bluffs, National Wildlife Refuge, northern Missouri. It's right near Mound City, Missouri, sort of up in that area. Man, these little sparrows, they're not gonna. So, wave goodbye to the hawk. Alright, hawk, I would say happy hunting, but you need to employ a more of a birdless situation. Of course, all the people that own rodents at home, they're like, oh, don't eat any rodents. Living things got to eat, you know. Battery power at 15%. Well, let's plug it in. So I'm gonna have a dead battery here in a second. So guys, I really appreciate you coming in. Let's see if plugging it in will work. Just lost my scope. Yeah. We'll just get to the end of the refuge here just in case. So I'll keep I got my car charger on the phone, so hopefully it doesn't can just hang on to a tiny bit of charge here till we go the last half mile. But our goal today was to do one complete loop of the refuge. We have accomplished that. We are accomplishing that. We're getting pretty close to back to the entrance. Hope you've enjoyed the stream today. I sure have. I think next year around Thanksgiving I'm going to bring you guys out here and so you can witness the tens of thousands of waterfowl. Geese and ducks. Just that whole 1,300 acre wetland is like, they cover a good portion of it. They cover, 20-30% of all the water out here is like covered in birds, which is a lot. And the geese pack in really tightly. So I've seen sandhill cranes out here too. So in the fall, when they're migrating down, they come down through Nebraska and follow the Platte River and do all that stuff. But some of them follow I don't think we're too far from the Missouri River. I could be mistaken. But I've seen sandhill cranes out in these fields too. So here's a hype on a future stream so we got the band I play in, we got some gigs down in the Rio Grande Valley in February, and it's only about 2 hours from where the whooping crane spends its winters. So I'm going to try to get a ticket to the Aransas Wildlife Refuge down there by Corpus Christi. You got to buy a ticket, and you have to be shown where to go by a guide. I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to try to do that and see whooping cranes. And they're the most rare bird in North America. And there's only a few hundred in the wild. I think 800 in the wild. And in 1940, there was only 14 birds left of the whooping crane. So that's the hype. So in about a month, when I'm down in Texas doing the Scuffed Beatles tribute gigs, I'm going to plan a day either before the gigs, or maybe the day or two after the gigs, and try to schedule a time to go out to the Aransas Wildlife Refuge near Corpus Christi and see whooping cranes. That's the hype. And I can't wait for that. I mean, it's a month away, and I'm like, I won't sleep tonight if I get thinking about it too much. It's going to be the most incredible thing ever. I get chills just thinking about it. To actually see whooping cranes in the wild would be unbelievable. There's only a few hundred in the wild, and they're always in the same spot every winter. They come down to the Aransas Wildlife Refuge in Texas. like I say, our gigs are only about 2 hours from there. So you better believe that I'm going out there. That's probably the Harrier. There's a couple of eagles. Ooh, there's 3 or 4 right there. Let's take a look at the eagles. So we promised eagles on this trip. Oh, we lost our scope. Darn it, we lost our scope. There we go. And where's our scope going? Sorry, gang. I'm trying to give you a bad angle here. It's just... Ah, that's bunk. I'm trying to, folks. I got a scope on the end of my phone, or on my phone camera. I promised bald eagles. There's 3 right there. There was 5 or 6 of them right there, and a couple of them took off. Coyote was cool, wasn't it, Dragon? Hell yeah. And the eagle flying into the nest was really super cool. So there's 3 eagles there, and then I'm panning across the ice. There's another one, and another one. So back to these ones on the shoreline. I got something back in there. There's 3 or 4 of them there. There might be 1 or 2 more in, like, sort of obscured by the grass, but there's one sitting right there in the foreground. Hey, just for anyone tuning in that's like, I've been watching this for a half hour and you haven't had any eagles. I'm like, well, promising eagles. Yeah, not too shabby. I mean, not amazing. Whoops. These pictures are too far away, but there's a couple eagles scavenging there, and they got themselves a dead bird there, a dead carcass of a goose or a duck of some kind. Just like we've seen, that's been thematic throughout the day. And just a little bit off the road here. John Deere tractor just drove by. You never know what you're going to see out here. This is a pretty rural area all through here. There's 3 or 4 or 5 more eagles out there on the ice, so if we added up about 3 or 4 more there and another 3 or 4 there, that brings us up. I bet we're around 20. I bet we're around 20 eagles or more today. Maybe 22. I'd have to go back and kind of think. But if I was going to do my eBird, which is a way to do your like make a list when you do a bird watch, and you just enter it on an app called eBird, and that just populates with data on what people are seeing. I didn't do an eBird today just because it's too much to juggle, too much to handle, too much to try to figure out. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. We're at 2 hours 26 minutes. I've really enjoyed doing this. We'll come up again I might try to squeeze in a bird feeder stream at some point in the future. Get my my phone or some kind of camera on the my bird feeders. I get about, there we go. Let me get the other side of this tree that's obscuring the view, but there's a tree up here with several eagles in it. Might be a good look. This is funny. It's funny just because there's a bunch. Ah! Just pulled off my stupid again. Let's see. Oh no, it stayed on. Okay, go up in this tree. Start going over like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's one there. That's 5. There you go. There's 4 eagles in one shot, sitting in a tree. They're all adults. 4 eagles in one tree. Pretty awesome. Music. Oh heck yeah. We'll do a music stream. So check your battery connection. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep a charger on here just to save my last couple percent of battery. I'm about out of battery, so just about done. We're just about done here. I've really enjoyed this. There's the 4 eagles in one tree there. Pretty awesome. Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, bald eagles here at Los Bluffs National Wildlife Refuge in Northwest Missouri. Oh, there's 2, 3, 4. There's 4 more eagles in that tree than I thought. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 eagles in that tree. The same tree. That's unbelievable. I knew people were seeing stuff like that out here. I have some friends that wandered through here a week or 2 ago, and they said there were some trees where there was like 8 or 10 or even up to a dozen sitting in one tree. It's like, well, how many times in your life are you going to see that? How many times are you going to stop and appreciate that there's like there's multiple eagles in one tree? One more for prestige. There's a nice little one for prestige there. He's cool. He's cool. He's just chilling up there. He doesn't care that I'm sitting here. This segment's sponsored by BirdCam. When you want to take pictures of birds, you got to get yourself a BirdCam. This is probably a stream that I could probably just turn on and watch again later at some point, and it wouldn't bother me much. Some swans. There's 4 eagles in one little spot out on the ice. Might as well, right? There's some swans out there, and they look like they're resting. And then just 4 eagles out on the ice hanging out. So yeah, when they say there's hundreds of eagles up here, you kind of believe it, because that's just what we're able to see just from our car. There's 1,300 acres up here, so could be a lot. Watching it on the big screen for later for sure. That's fun. Hey, feel free to repost, and it's for viewers. Transmission is unstable, so we might lose you. Look at these guys. There's 3 eagles in this tree. They're really close. Sweet. Let me just move over. So we might lose you. Network connection. So if we scuff out, so be it. We did well. But thank you for being here, everybody. Much love. Transmission is unstable. It says unstable, but we're still on, I think. We got us a red wing blackbird sitting there in the grass. That was cool. We can add that to the list. Red wing blackbird. There's about 3 or 4 of them here in the ditch over here. Along with this young eagle up in the tree. The young eagle up in the tree here. And he's pretty great. Beautiful. Isn't that a beautiful bird? That's unbelievable. It's a red-winged blackbird again. He's a cool bird. I'll put him on my Instagram as well. he's like right off the side of the car here. Get that. Shoot. Well, I can't unplug the phone from the charger because I'm at like, and so that's going to be. We're here. My name's Lefty. We'll see you. Peace and have. Sure.